Good evening. I'm going to be talking about Beale Memorial Library, which can be found in downtown Bakersfield. It was founded in 1900. It was dedicated to General Edward Beale, who was a Kern pioneer of Kern County. So here's an example of what it looked like when it was first opened to now. As you can see, there's a big difference, just the building alone. It's a very massive building found downtown. Is located next to the convention center and the police station. So it's in a big area of town where a lot of people go. So the main lobby is the first thing you see when you walk in, which is also where you can find the checkout and information desk. The information desk and the checkout desk. The checkout desk is not far from the door, so when you walk out, you just do your checkout on the way out. So this is all found on the first floor. The first floor also has the children's reading room. As you can see, it's a dedicated space just for children. It's smaller. Everything is lowered to the ground, which is a lot different than the teen area. They have their own space as well. The patio area, which is actually very popular with the teens, as well as the other patrons. The teens like to go to the patio area to socialize. This is found on the inside of the building area, so that is separate from the front, so it's safe from passengers that are driving by, things like that. So it's a safe space. It's very calming, as you can see, a lot of greenery, a lot of areas to sit and socialize. The audiovisual room is also found on the first floor, which is where you can find your DVDs, your movies, your books, audiobooks, and such. The reference center is found on the second floor. Now, this is where we get into the area where the teen space is. The teen space is on the second floor. Right when you walk up the second floor, the first thing you see is the reference center and the teen space center. The reference center is an area where they can go to if they need help from the staff. So it's a very welcoming environment, very calm environment. So they feel like they have their own area separated from everyone else. The young adult area, this is just a small glimpse of it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a lot of still pictures of the young adult area. There is a video that you can find on their Facebook for the Beale Public Library. They did a walkthrough video themselves, but since it's closed right now, I couldn't do my own, so I had to just rely on the still pictures that I could find online. So the young adult area is actually very well put together. When you walk up, the first thing you see is this what they call a wall of positivity, where it is a wall all of post-it notes that the staff members and the teen patrons can leave positive notes on post-it notes on this wall. If you're having a rough day, you can go there and read them. On that same wall is a section of large print books. So they also have large print and small print. So if it's easier for them to read large print, they have that available to them for their books particularly. On the other side of that wall right there is all of their fiction books. On the other side of that wall, they have the section for reading. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a picture of that, but I will explain it to you. The chairs are actually leather. It's very nice compared to the rest of the library. All the rest of the library is like very wood-based furnishings, but this area, the chairs are black leather chairs, two chairs to each table. So it's a chair facing each other and a table in the middle, and there's a row of these. So it's a nice area for them to either sit and socialize or to read or work on their homework. So it's their own little section to work on their stuff. On the other side of that reading section is a shelving section of both graphic comic novels and manga. So they try to lean towards what the teen patrons are really interested in, which I feel is really good. They make sure that there's also on that same shelving wall, there's a little poster where they can put their recommendations of things that they've read themselves. So they use post-it notes again there, where they write down things that they feel that other teens would like to read. So it gives them a voice. It gives them the respect of a patron of the library, showing that their voice matters. Also, in that same area is a reference section based solely for young adult readers. The nonfiction books are for young adult readers alone. So that gives them a opportunity to reference things for their projects or term papers or anything that they're working on with a book that's easy for them to comprehend and understand. So it's not a book for adults, it's just a book specifically for young adult readers. So this is another sitting area for reading, which is separate from the row that I told you about, which is closer to the window so they can look out onto the patio area. So if they want a area to work on their books or reading their books or work on homework, this is a round table where they can work together with groups. Where the other area was just only two chairs per table. So it gives them I give them a choice to see which way they want to work together. So as far as the teen space itself, there's a lot of areas that they did really well on. They made sure that the teens had a voice, they mattered. Their area was separate from the rest of the library. There are areas where they could work and improve on that wouldn't cost anything, which I explained in my paper, which would be the section of innovation, inspiration, so like they could do events, they could hold events like STEM events or events which would give them a chance to learn something new. They could have someone come in to talk to them. So it gives them some areas where they can tweak, and improve it a little bit. Um, there's also a computer lab on that same level, on the second level. So it gives them access to the computer so they can work on their homework or they can work on games, anything that they feel like they want to work on. So it's in the same areas where they're at, so that gives them the easy access to it. Um, as well as this section, there's a third small section which they call the mezzanine level, which is their third level. Really, it's kind of like a nook, where it's one little section where they go up the stairs, and that section is not the teen area, but people have to go through that area to get to it. So the teens do have people walking through, but again, it's only if they want to go to that one section. Otherwise, that is their sole space. So that is the Beale Public Library. Like I said, I feel like the furnishings were well done for the teens patrons. The space showed that they had their own voice. The space had things that were too particular for them. The materials were based on them solely. So I feel like they did a really good job.